Hello, we're going to talk about adjectives right now. Some of this may be review and some of it may be new, so listen closely. Feel free to pause as you need to. As you're listening and watching, I want you to fill out the chart that you were given today that says adjectives on it. You're going to fill in the blanks as you go, write about the examples. So as you need to, feel free to pause or go back so you can go over those questions. First thing, what do adjectives do? The job of adjectives is to modify nouns and pronouns. What does it mean to modify something? In this case, modify means to limit or describe the meaning of a word. So the job of adjectives is to describe the meaning of nouns. A lot of times adjectives answer 3 questions, and that kind of helps you know whether or not a word's an adjective. For the most part, an adjective will tell you how many, what kind, or which one. For example, there are 4 cars in the lot. How many cars? 4. So here 4 is the adjective. It's answering how many cars. She drives the red car. Which one? The red car. So red is the adjective, telling which one of the cars. And that was an easy assignment. What kind of assignment? An easy one. We're going to talk about 5 different types of adjectives. There's the comparative, superlative, articles, proper adjectives, and then the times that possessive nouns act as adjectives. So let's start with the comparative adjective. A comparative adjective compares 2 nouns or pronouns. So when you have exactly 2 nouns or pronouns and you're comparing them, you're using a comparative adjective. For example, he is taller than the other guy. So I have 2 nouns here, 2 things, and I'm comparing the height of one to the other one, and my comparative adjective is taller. A superlative adjective is similar. The difference is it's more than 2 nouns. Superlative adjective is when you compare one noun to a group of 2 or more. So for example, Tony is the shortest. I'm comparing Tony to the group. If I were to take out, let's say take out Manu and compare just Tony and Tim, I would say Tony is shorter because it's just one other person. But when I have a group, Tony is the shortest. That's the superlative. So there's some basic rules on how you make an adjective superlative or comparative. For the most part, if the adjective is 1 syllable, like short, to make it comparative, I add ER, shorter, superlative, shortest. If it's 2 syllables and ends in the letter Y, I'm going to do the same thing, but you have to remember the Y to I rule. So let's say pretty. Pretty is 2 syllables, it ends in Y. Comparative would be prettier. Superlative would be prettiest. Then any other ones, if it's 2 syllables that doesn't end in Y or more than 2 syllables, you usually use the word more or most. Let's say competitive. She is more competitive than you. He is the most competitive. Some examples. Tall is taller and tallest. It's a 1-syllable word. Funny is 2 syllables and ends in Y. So we change the Y to an I. Funnier and funniest. Ambitious. This is more than 2 syllables, so I use more and most. And as always in English, there are rule breakers. An example of that one is fun. While it's only 1 syllable, we don't say that someone is funner or the funnest. So there's some exceptions. For the most part, this is where all your reading comes in handy, because the more you read, the more some of these just sound right or sound wrong. If I say that girl is funner than my Aunt Amy, Funner doesn't sound right. I would say that girl is more fun than my aunt. Articles are another type of adjective. There are only 3 of them. 3 articles. They are a, and the. And the articles usually answer the questions of which one or how many. The car is in a garage. So we have the and a. Tell me which car, the car, how many garages? A garage, so just one garage. Those are articles. They act as adjectives. Then the 4th type we have are proper adjectives. A proper adjective is when a proper noun is used to do the describing. For example, Nike is a proper noun. It's a type of shoe. So by itself, I could say I have a new pair of Nikes. Or new Nikes. Or Coker bought some Nikes. That would just be a noun. But if I use it to describe my Nike shoes are awesome. Now this proper noun is being used as an adjective because it's telling me which shoes? The Nike ones. Another example, I love to eat Italian bread. What kind of bread? Which bread? Italian. Those are proper adjectives when a proper noun is used to describe a noun. Possessive nouns as adjectives. Possessive nouns describe, often telling which one. For example, the clown's nose is really red. Which nose? The clown's. So it's a possessive noun, but it's also answering the question of which one and describing the nose. So it acts like an adjective. The artist's painting is magnificent. Which painting? The artist's painting. So again, it is a possessive noun, but it's acting as an adjective, telling us which one. That's all I have for you today. Feel free to go back and look over any of the slides again to help you fill in your notes. And make note if you have any questions, you're not sure about something, and we'll talk about it in class tomorrow.